All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. Well, that's not great. But then he apologized the next day. And I don't know, maybe the league said, or maybe the idea is apologize and it'll minimize the punishment. Now, you know he's not really sorry, okay? The rest of the team members in the defensive backfield, the next day, there's a image on, there's a little video on X or whatever of all of those guys wearing hoodies with the still shot of him giving the finger to the crowd. They're wearing gear with that still shot screenshot on their hoodies, like dancing and shit. It's like, oh my God, that's fantastic. Yes, the fucking Packers. You know, the only thing about the Packers that makes me not so happy is that Aaron Rodgers isn't there for us to just pulverize the shit out of him. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's right up there with free beer, in my opinion. What a son of a bitch. I hate that guy. Jordan Love, I actually like. He was playing on one leg last week. Oh, God. He had no business being in there. Jeremy says the Lions will win 56-13. He also says that Indiana will beat Michigan at Michigan 63-7. Yeah, I don't know about that. I know that Oregon beat Michigan, but it wasn't like a horrible, one-sided, disrespectful affair. Jeremy says he wants that hoodie. Yeah, you can make it yourself nowadays. Easy to do. All right. What else do I got here? Talked about Bernie Sanders. Oh, my God. This is fantastic. This is a clip from a college soccer game. It's Stanford and Notre Dame. The game is winding down. It's going 5, 4, 3, 2. And a kid from Stanford kicks the ball in the air, and it's got to travel like 3/4 of the length of the field. And somehow it goes in. And I'm like, what the fuck? All right, let's check this out. Stanford's the dark jerseys.
Ferguson draws level. Here's a Hail Mary of a shot that... Unreal! Hooper! 1 second left!
Lefty.
You gotta be kidding me!
I've never seen anything like this.
Ferguson
No.
draws level.
Holy shit. That was like so perfect. It was just out of his reach. Chris knows a thing or two about soccer. Chris D. You know, he's the guy behind the Michigan Rangers FC and all the youth programs. He didn't send this one to me. I sent it to him. That announcer about had a heart attack.
Ferguson draws level. Here's a Hail Mary of a shot that...
That goalie.
A shot
Look at that. He got up pretty good.
that...
It sounds like he's jizzing.
Unreal! Hooper! 1
Goalie's like, yeah, whatever.
You gotta be kidding me!
I've never.
Holy shit, is that intense? Wow. Chris says, sounds like the double rainbow guy. Ritz says the trail off from the announcer is what gets me. Yeah, he actually ran out of air with it. Oh! Chris says you see these sometimes when the keeper is off their line, but the keeper is in good position. It's just a good shot. Kenny says that sounded like huge busting a nut. You could have told me that was huge ejaculating, and I would have believed you. Maize and Blues says this is one of the best things I've seen in sports. I think this is worth another look, frankly. Look at the clock.
Ferguson draws level. Here's a Hail Mary of a shot that... Oh! Unreal! Hooper! 1 second left!
God damn. What the fuck? That has to be the greatest fucking thing ever. This person wrote, the goalie will have nightmares for a long time thinking about how he allowed that goal to even happen. Not sure who is playing here, but I bet they're looking for a new goalie. I don't think he was, I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, the angle of that was the only time he could ever even come close to it was that one precise second. So he had to time it absolutely perfectly. And even then, I don't know if he had the ability to actually hit it. It was truly just a fantastic turn of events. God damn, that's intense. All right. Let me get after some amazing partners of mine. I want to talk to you about Forge 3D. First of all, let me find their spot on Facebook so I can do this right. Hold on, someone's calling me. Oh boy, I can't take that. I'll get that later. By the way, I'm in trouble with Madison. I was talking the other day, and I mentioned something that was supposed to be, wasn't yet public. And she's like, oh, God, she's going to kick my ass. All right, thank you to my friends over at Forge 3D. There's some new projects that I'd like to highlight. Tim, the CEO of Forge 3D, writes, easy. Let the audience know that we have done pieces for 3 separate exhibits at the Frankenmuth Museum. So that means Kyle, from a company that used to market themselves on this show, could drive there this week or this weekend and see the exhibits. CEO Tim, give me some more specifics so I can direct him to the right place. Number 2, Forge 3D is the company that teamed up with a partner in Kentucky that built their own nitrogen oxide analyzers for their dive team we printed all of the external pieces for those devices. Even with extremely small tolerances, we had them done in 2 days. Meaning, it's easy to fuck those things up, but they did not because they're great. Lastly, we have a booth at the Granville High School Craft Show coming up Saturday. Now that sounds like a party. The Granville High School Craft Show. He writes, any Zane Show listener that visits our booth and mentions that they're an audience member of the show will get a free gift from Forge 3D, no strings attached. They just give it to you. Go there, the craft show, Granville High School, Forge 3D LLC will be there. CEO Tim will be in the house, and he wants to see you. Now, if you have something in your house that's damaged, needs to be repaired, and you're thinking, boy, I got to buy a whole new one of these in order to make this ever work again. Okay, it might just be a very inexpensive part needing to be printed. Think about Forge 3D. They can help you in ways that you will never, ever have thought about. It's real easy to reach out to them. First of all, their Facebook page. You can find Forge 3D on Facebook. Very simple to do that. Just search Forge 3D. Not to mention, you can call if you want. CEO Tim is waiting on your call at 616-667-7937. If you're in doubt, call. Because the things that they can do, a lot of the times it's stuff that you and I would never think about. The sky is kind of the limit when it comes to printing things on a 3D printer, and Forge 3D has everything they need to make sure that you are taken care of. You can call them at 616-667-7937 or visit their Facebook page. Search out Forge, F-O-R-G-E 3D LLC. All right. Thank you, as always, to Kuiper Tree Care. Kuiper, KuiperTreeCare.com. Tree trimming, tree removal, stump grinding, tree risk assessment, storm cleanup. They can take care of all these things for you. Find them at Kuiper, KuiperTreeCare.com. You can call or text 616-828-8225 and get an estimate from Kuiper Tree Care. At some time in your life, you're going to need somebody to come over and take care of the unruly trees. Maybe trim them up, make them look nice. They get rid of everything, grind it all up right there in your driveway, and then they're gone. You don't even know they were there. Bob says, garage light replacement. That could be something that could be printed off by Forge 3D. I'm thinking you're writing that in there for. You also wrote, at the craft show, they'll be showing off their ghost guns. Yeah, I don't think that at the high school craft show on the weekend, they'll be highlighting the manufacturing creation of ghost guns that can't be traced. I don't think that they're making ghost guns. However, if that is allowed, they could. They could absolutely manufacture your ghost gun. That might be a phone call conversation. I'm kidding, of course. Now I sound like free beer. All right. Thank you very much. Kuiper Tree Care. Appreciate you. Your old pal Easy has to go potty. So I'll do just that. Thank you so much for being here once again. And I'm going to take a quick break. You can hang out here with the dogs for a minute. I shan't be long. Okay, I'm back. One of the commenters on the Twitch stream concerning Forged 3D ghost guns at the high school. There's a comment from Fake Free Beer laughing at that comment. That is Tim, the CEO. He's been outed. Tim, the CEO of Forged 3D, is known as Fake Free Beer. Ghost guns at the high school, laughy emoji. That is definitely a phone call conversation. Yeah, can you imagine if you're setting up ghost guns on your display table at the high school event? Not good. I just heard from Nick W. Easy, I was listening to Drew Lane's podcast. Great show. Great guy. And they started talking about this famous public service announcement. I remember you and the rest of Free Beer and Hot Wings roasting the hell out of this. I'll show it to you in a second. I remember one part of it where Joe suddenly blurted out, "Oh, no!" at one of its reveals. Thought you might get a laugh out of it again. Now, what he's referring to, you old-timers will remember as us reviewing the public service announcement. It was like a 3.5-minute public service announcement about recognizing the signs of adult to child sexual abuse and that it's okay to tell your parents if something terrible happens. This is the infamous Mr. McGregor spilled the paint public service announcement. And this is so awful. I can't believe that anybody thought that this public service announcement was a good idea. Jeremy says, "Oh my goodness, I laughed so hard when Drew was talking about this. I can't wait to hear it."
At least.
All right. It's been a long time.
At least, I thought I did. Then, something weird happened to me. It's hard to talk about, but, well, here goes. See, my mom works, so Mom used to pay Mrs. McGregor to keep me at her house after school. There was a bunch of kids like me at her house every day. It was a neat place because Mrs. McGregor always had treats and stuff for us kids, and sometimes Mr. McGregor would come home early. We all liked him. We called him Mr. Mac, and sometimes he'd pick one special boy and take him out to his workshop.
I've got a special job for you today.
Won't that be fun?
Oh, yeah, it'll be fun, all right.
He'd take me to his workshop in the garage and teach me woodworking, sawing, hammering, and stuff. I liked getting work from the other kids, you know. And Mr. Mac called me his #1 helper.
Slow and steady. That's the way, Jake.
I'd work hard and get hot. Sometimes I'd take my shirt off.
Let's take your shirt off.
Oh, no.
Mr. Mac said, that's what a man does when he's working hard.
Yeah, we'll get you cleaned up.
Oh, no. So, okay. And Nick makes a great point about this. He writes, can you imagine being the parents of this kid getting the phone call that he's going to be in a public service announcement? Hey, your kid's perfect for this role. Yes, he's going to pretend he was molested, and he's going to appear shirtless at some point. No, it'll be tasteful. It won't appeal to creeps at all. And what if you're the guy playing Mr. McGregor? you have to play the part of a pedophile. So whoever the guy is that played Mr. McGregor, like if you look up on his credentials on IMDb, it's played part of child molester Mr. McGregor. I mean, he would have to be like an actor that must be really desperate to play the part of a child molester. This is actually, I think that them making this PSA was like a trick, that these are actual real child molesters, and that's what this is. This is the nastiest attempt at doing the right thing I think that has ever taken place at any one time. Why did they have to put this child through this? This is horrible in itself, this whole thing that they're going through right here.
That's better.
Oh, my God. Thank God Boring Dean isn't here, because he'd be jacking his fucking limp dick to this.
One day I was painting this birdhouse I helped build.
Yep, that's really shaping up.
Thanks.
Here, let me help.
Watch this. Now, watch what Mr. McGregor does to get this kid to take his clothes off.
Now, you missed a spot right up there.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Mr. McGregor spilled paint on me. I mean, really spilled paint all over me and my clothes.
Just take off your clothes. Go on, take them off. I'll help you clean up.
So I did. I mean, I had paint all over me, so it made sense.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's not the only thing he had all over him.
But then something weird happened.
Now, I'm going to take a picture to remember the day we spilled the paint.
I don't really want to.
Oh, it's okay, Jake. All the other boys do it.
Oh, my God.
Look.
He had pictures of all the boys in day.
I can't believe McGregor is such a shitty criminal that he's showing Jake all the pictures of nude kids. If you're going to be a criminal and a sexual molester, you can't show them like your whole body of work.
Care, and they were all naked, but that wasn't the worst.
Okay, this is supposed to get kids to think it's okay to tell on your abuser, but I think it's going to do the opposite. I think it's going to make kids actually want to be abused. That's how bad this is.
There, now I'll help you clean up.
Here's the part that's hard to talk about. Mr. Mac touched my penis.
Oh, no. Thank God the former Zaniacs aren't here.
And well, I was so surprised, I didn't know what to do. I mean, it didn't hurt or feel bad, but it made me so confused.
There, that feels good.
Oh, no.
Doesn't it?
It didn't feel good. It felt gross. I always thought I know what to do in a tough spot, but when it was happening, well, I didn't do anything.
And then this guy went on to become Joe Biden. Oh, he's got the blues.
I tried to act like nothing happened. What happened to me? The pictures, the touching, he was wrong. It was not my fault.
No.
It's called
Yes,
sexual
it was. It was your fault.
abuse. At least.
We probably said those same jokes how many years ago? If we had said these jokes now, we're all fired. We're all fired. Cole says, Zane, are you having flashbacks to church camp? Short Fuse Linda says, it's like free beer talking sexy. David says, EZ as a kid. Mr. Tophus says, look at that pedo face. Tyler says, the former Zaniacs wouldn't see the issue. Megan says, I hate this. Yeah, I do too. You need to blame the people who made this. This is an actual public service announcement. Holy shit. Tophus says, if I'm the father of this kid, Mr. McGregor is going to die. How about them making that? They need to do a documentary about the real life responses of the family members of the people that were in this. You know, like, I think that the parents of the kid, those people need to be looked at. You know, you got to be like, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? What made you do this? Tyler says this is how pedophiles really operate, though. Yes, true, but making a PSA about it? I mean, you're actually putting kids, they don't know any better, to have to go through the motions of being sexually molested? God damn, this is horrible. Short Fuse Linda says, does Mr. Pop Pop do woodworking? Linda says, I'm so uncomfortable watching this. How'd you like to be the kid having to make that? Have to say, yeah, Mr. McGregor, he touched my penis. A lot of response on the Mr. McGregor video. Tophus says, I'll bet that kid got made fun of in school because of that PSA. Kenny says the PSA ended up being creating a future pedophile. Poor kid is probably a mess these days. Hey, it's your old pal EZ with my latest and greatest sponsor, Uncommon Goods. Found at uncommongoods.com. This is a fantastic gift site for that special someone on your list. Could be holiday related, could be birthday related, could be for you related, or just because you're awesome to that someone special. We're talking about amazing gifts that Uncommon Goods has scoured the internet for. From artisan crafters and people that make cool stuff that you want. They describe it as give a gift that sparks joy, wonder, delight, and that it's exactly what I wanted feeling. They will feel that way when they check out what you have taken the time to discover at Uncommon Goods. There's all sorts of different categories for you to shop. Food and drink, gardening, pets and animals, reading, sports. Like, for example, I click on sports, and I'm just checking out all these amazing gifts that somebody would love. Maybe some decorative coffee mugs or shot glasses, things like that with your favorite team's logo on them. All sorts of fun books related to sports. The list goes on and on. I mean, seriously, you can scroll for hours and hours and just see some amazing things that you could get somebody for a gift, because that's what it's all about, you know? And to make it extra simple for you, I can give you 15% off your next gift. Go to uncommongoods.com/Zane. Uncommongoods.com/Zane for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. I can't stress that enough. This is awesome. Start your shopping at uncommongoods.com. Tophus is here. We had been wondering about where he was. He writes, they don't need to show a fucking reenactment of this. Tophus says Mr. McGregor is burning in hell. Yeah, and I don't know who had it worse, the actor that played Mr. McGregor or that child. You know, Mr. McGregor he's the one that's molesting a child. Starman 314 writes, that kid drank himself to death at 16 years old. Sir Bob says, how close behind was Mr. Pop Pop when he was helping the kid mow the lawn? Boy, there's an effect on this video that I did not expect, that because I helped the kid mow the lawn at my house, that I will now be being compared to Mr. McGregor, the child molester. That's unforeseen when I busted this one out. I did not think that that was a possibility. Chris writes, he probably won a daytime Emmy for the convincing performance. And that's what Tofus says. He says the actor who played Mr. McGregor was way too convincing. Cole, one of my MAGA brothers, writes, Tofus, you weren't here yesterday. Did you hear the election results? Then he writes, America is back. Tofus says, I did, and it's okay. Tyler says, quote, by guy who played Mr. McGregor. I'm supposed to be acting? Yeah, I don't think when the neighbor kid comes over and asks to mow the lawn, and he's on the struggle bus, that me helping him mow the lawn is quite the same as Mr. McGregor and the devious shit that we just watched there. That was quite a moment on the radio. That is something that will never, ever happen again, and that's a goddamn shame. Thank you to Nick W. for sending that gem along. I'm anxious to see how Drew addressed this on the Drew Lane Show. Tofus writes, in 4 years' time, when people see how Trump runs shit into the ground, they can all eat shit. You see, it's my opinion, Tofus, and I don't know if you... And he says, and fuck the Democrats, too. I'm of the opinion that since Trump earned the victory, he is given the opportunity to do great or to fuck it up. And I'm certainly hopeful that he will be great. That would make everybody very, very happy if he was great. So he has 1 day under his belt as president-elect. So now he's in charge, and we live with that. Tofus says, stupid fucks didn't vote because Harris didn't bow down to their wishes. 16 million less people voted this cycle. Oh, that's awful. Oh, shit. I think I'm in trouble, not only with Madison, but I'm in trouble with Pooh Bear, too. Whenever I don't do something, man, I get in trouble. She reached out to me the other day, and she says, can you please send an email to the insurance company about my windshield? And yesterday was a crazy busy day, and I go, I will. It's just an email. It just takes a second. And what did I do? I fucking forgot. And I just got the, did you do that? And I sent her back the emoji that goes like this. And she sent me back the emoji that goes like this. Like she's mad. I'm like, oh, fuck. Starman says, I'll take the cheap gas and no tax on my overtime. Thank you. Chris says, send the sleepy taco. Can't be mad at sleepy taco. Stevie says, if anybody thinks the president sets the gas prices, you're a fool. Yeah, that's so true. It's not. People think that all the time. It's so dumb. What was I going to say? Shit, I had something else I was going to talk about. God damn it. I got distracted. I hate it when I do that. Oh, okay. Classic EZ story. 4 dogs walking down the street. Me. My neighbor comes around the corner with Ruby. O'Neill starts barking. Oh, he's doing his hound bark. It's loud. It's obnoxious. I want to say hi to the guy anyway. I go, have a good day, Mark. And he just keeps walking and kind of looks at me like this. Those of you who are just listening, that's a look of a guy that you make to someone else when they have fucked up your name. And then I realized, because I saw this, I go, your name's not Mark. I'm so sorry. Now, I've known this guy for, let's see now. We moved here in 2011. I've been talking to him for 13 fucking years. I go, what's your name? He goes, Jason. I go, God damn it! So embarrassing. So now I'm going to overdo it. When I see him next time, I'm like, hey, Jason, how you doing, Jason? Good to see you, Jason. Have a nice day, Jason. Cole says, you just have to stop saying names, Easy. Just say, have a nice day. Hey, how's it going? You know, you're right. It was a moment of weakness. I got to stop that shit. You need a shirt that says sorry in advance for not knowing your name. Thank you to Nick V. Nick V. Dutch in the arena. Nick Dutch in the arena. He has sent me over the years several great stories about guy who dies or girl who dies in the workplace because of a horrible industrial workplace type of incident. And he has another one. And he writes here, this ass died and it's all his fault. Jackson, Mississippi, 41-year-old guy. And he has a dump truck full of hot asphalt. Okay. Hot asphalt temperature. Generally. Okay. So when he delivers it, it's setting at about 290 degrees. You know, if you get in water in the shower and it's like 110, it's starting to get to a point where just a little bit hotter than that, it's gonna be burning you. It's gonna hurt you. You know, you don't have to go that much hotter before you're in trouble. Now, this guy is 100% dead. He's driving the truck full of a load of asphalt. It's several tons of asphalt. It smells. You can manipulate it and move it around as you pour it in. Well, he shows up at the job site, this dumb fuck. Chris says, reminder, nobody can use is he okay or else we'll get lectured because Eric already stated that he died. This is true. He pulls up and, he's looking forward to the weekend, having a few pops with his buddies. Can't wait to do fun stuff with the family. And he presses the button that makes the thing open. And then all the asphalt pours out of it. And it doesn't work. It's malfunctioning. He goes, God damn it. So he goes, he gets his tools, and he is now underneath where the thing opens up. And he's adjusting the hydraulics on it. And the good news in this story is the truck is now working. The bad news is it started to work when he was right there. And all of the 290-degree asphalt, several tons of it, buries him. And so, amazingly, I was like, this is going to take a little time to kill. He didn't die instantly. In fact, eyewitnesses said that he was moving like fucking Swamp Thing, or Spawn, coming out of this. And they're like, oh no, and it's molten. And so it's burning all of his skin off and going into his muscles and bone. He's like the Absorbing Man. It's a lot of great references. His face looks like the dude who went through toxic waste in goddamn RoboCop. Help me! No, he's dead as shit. And they tried administering not CPR, but any type of, there's no life saving. They're like, if I'm the guys there, I'm like, fuck, just put him into the road. No one has to know. He's now part of the road. God damn it. Tophus says he's a new supervillain. Asphalt Man. Nick describes it as, dude got turned into a human no-bake cookie. Turn the water hose on him and hope for the best. That is being thrown out there too. Thank God he died. So the cops said it happened 10:30 a.m. Monday. They arrived to find the guy buried under hot asphalt. Talks about what I talked about with he tried to fight to make it through those injuries, but it was just too enormous for him to survive. My God. Describing the incident as a horrific situation, Wade offered this is the sheriff's, offered prayers and condolences. Yeah, the usual. Man, that's bad. Wade said the cops had conducted a death investigation. It appears to be an accidental death, adding the department is still looking. It's a negligent death. He caused it on his own. I mean, how could you possibly do this, knowing full well what could possibly happen to you? That's an all-timer there. That's up there with Bumblebee Tuna. Or the chick who got dragged into the potato chip making machine. Or the guy who fell into the enormous car shredder. And suddenly he's gone. And they're like, hey, where'd Larry go? I don't know. He was there. Now he's gone. And then Larry's dad actually worked there. And he's like, where's my son? I don't know. I think he quit. I didn't quit. So they got an APB out on Larry. He was so gone, the cadaver dog he couldn't even get a scent. And then it was like 2 weeks later, when they didn't know what happened to him, that they found a quivering piece of man fat, behind one of the machines. And they determined that he was ground up into a steel cube. And, no semblance to the human form anywhere in that. Kenny says, what about the chick that got cooked in the walk-in oven at Walmart? That's exactly right. Yes. They found her crispy on the outside, tender, juicy on the inside. Jesus. Starman says, add feathers. Tophus says, save the skin. It's like pork rinds. David adds, sometimes dead is better now. Kenny says, chick in the oven at Walmart sounds delicious. My God. There's nothing we like better on this show than horrific workplace death story. All right. There's plenty more where that came from. AI has wrecked something again. I keep finding AI stories of just ridiculous things that AI causes. Now, there's plenty good. Did you know that AI has now made it so that people that are suffering with cancer, AI can determine the most precise bit of chemotherapy treatment that exists? That would take months, if not years, to get that information about specific types of medical dosages and types of cancer-fighting medicines. AI does that. Custom-tailored chemotherapy treatments, which harms as few cells in the human body as possible. It makes it so there's not nearly as many side effects on cancer treatments because of artificial intelligence. That's a good application. There are several times that AI has fucked shit up. And I have a great example of that. Well, I don't know if it's fucked shit up because we've got a great story about it. And I'll feature that in today's Patreon. Not to mention a chick who went running and was attacked by a dog in Colorado Springs. Thank you to, I think, Cole who sent this. This isn't great. I've been backed into a corner with a dog while running. It happened when I was in Tennessee. I've told this story before, and I'm going to tell it again. I'll do that on the world-famous Eric Zane Show podcast Patreon bonus. Daily content going up on the Patreon. patreon.com/Eric Zane. Why are you not there? Why are you not there? You can sign up for free. Tophus says AIEZ was solid. Yeah, Ryan came up with AIEZ. Tophus says when AI is in the hands of the right people, it's fucking incredible. Joe Martinez writes, bullshit, but I'm not sure what he's saying bullshit to. Tophus adds, AI has also made horrific shit, like a Trump photo where he was like Jesus and a bunch of Air Force people with mutant mouths and hands were kneeling in front of a fighter jet. What do you mean horrific? Who wouldn't want to see this? Chris says, someone asked if Michigan had a shot this weekend, and his answer was bullshit. No, that is not what he was responding to. Joe Martinez says, I will not trust AI for my treatment. Okay, I hadn't really talked about it, but Joe Martinez is here, and he is undergoing a medicinal intervention. And he adds, Michigan will upset Indiana. I'll tell you what, Michigan upsets Indiana. Michigan beats Ohio State. You've got an uber successful season. All right? Despite losing to Oregon, no shame in that. It's the number one team in the land. You beat Indiana at home, and Ohio State, that's a fantastic season. We shall see. Speaking of the aforementioned legend, Joe Martinez, thank you to A&E Heating and Cooling. Okay, so I can't stress this enough about getting that free furnace tune-up with a diagnostic test. Normally, a furnace tune-up is $79. If you go for the diagnostic test, that is $145. However, why pay anything? Why not get it free? Joe is offering this for free to you, my listeners. All you need to do is reach out at 616-516-8579 and say, Easy sent me and I want this free. He shows up, he does what I told you he's going to do, and then he leaves. No money leaves your pocket. He's teamed up with DTE. They have handpicked him as the only HVAC specialist in West Michigan to offer this. They want you to have a fine running, efficient machine. So they are making sure that the number one person for HVAC repair and maintenance is doing this. 616-516-8579. Call today and schedule. You have till the beginning of December. Finally today, open enrollment has begun. When it comes to getting your Obamacare or your insurance through healthcare.gov, sure, you can do it yourself. I tried that once. That wasn't great. You might mess that up. Why not have Frank Fuss do it? All it takes is a phone call or reaching out to him through his website, and you will be started on this process. It doesn't cost you anything to have Frank help you. Please reach out so I don't have to hear him say to me, no one from your shows called me saying that they're here because of you. What's going on? Why do you suck? You fucking bust my balls all the time. So if you've been thinking about it, do reach out at buyinsurancehere.com and tell him I sent you, because he's a pain in my cock when he's busting my balls about that. Buyinsurancehere.com. I always have to talk him down from the ledge. Yeah, I'm thinking about firing you. And this is the nature of the beast in the industry that I'm in. Marketing. I mean, sure, I do content, but this is a two-headed monster. I'm a marketing professional. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. It works. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been here for the last 4 years. I'm telling you, marketing is when my message meets the opportunity. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Buyinsurancehere.com. Frank Fuss can help you with everything. He's also an expert on Medicare, Social Security planning, and health insurance. Sometimes I got to whip these guys into shape, and I'm just like, as soon as the audience needs you, that's when they reach out. Okay? Not everybody needs insurance at the same goddamn time. But I'm telling you, if you stop marketing, you know what's going to happen? Nothing! That is the quickest way to fucking ruin your business, you ding-dong. All right. It's time for the asshole of the day. Does anyone have any nominations for asshole of the day? As you know, I always struggle with this. Now, I don't know why I am getting nominated. Some of you had never seen the Mr. McGregor PSA. Now, that was made in an attempt to help people. I don't know why I would be. I mean, I didn't do it. Why am I the asshole of the day? Chris says Kelly Cheese. Megan says McGregor, which is a character. You can't make a character an actor, right? Trump, I don't know why Trump is getting nominated for asshole today. There has been no recent asshole-ish behavior. Asphalt Man, Dems who didn't vote, Mr. McGregor. Asshole of the day, Booger Man from yesterday's Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Yeah, right. Today's Asshole of the Day brought to you by TC Paintball. The PSA makers. Whoever made that short-sighted, stupid PSA, you're the ones to blame for this. I am not taking the heat for this. I think it's terrible, too. The only way I cope with child molesting PSAs is through jokes. And I will continue to do so. There you go. That's my take on that whole thing. God damn. Not my fault. Jesus, don't be mad at me. Shit. Holy crap. All right, that's the show. Thanks for being here. Talk to you later on. Till then on the Patreon. Have a good one, folks.